Switcher currently is set up to put output 48K, which is 1024/768. It's a scan converter, but I mean it's what we've run for the past 4 years. It's been fine. Someone gets just settled in and they plug into whatever feed they want. Most people at this point, they know their shit's gonna get kind of dusty, so like we probably have the best protection of anyone on the planet as it is. I'm actually gonna write up a little list and post it on the board, technical details like this.
Just wrapped up the VJ meet and greet that we're organizing at the Opulent Temple's chill space right here. An opportunity to connect with VJs from around the globe, or at least around North America. I did believe we got some guy here from Japan.
A guy from the UK.
We got a guy from the UK, Ministry of Sound.
So I'm Andy, and my VJ handle is Fadein Fadeout from London in the UK. When I was 18, I saw a documentary called Around the World in 80 Raves, which had like a 15-minute segment about VJing in it. And basically I saw these two things, was pretty inspired, and I was going to college, did an art degree, and then I kind of switched to like video and motion graphic based stuff. And then after I finished uni, I basically went off into the world and just started VJing in London. And then I finally got out here in 2010. I was one of the VJs at Ministry of Sound all last year. Also done Global Gathering in the UK, out with VJ Infinight and VJ Max Nova and Keska out in Ultra. We just came back from Wemp in Canada. Described by visual style as it's like a icon and graphics based motion graphic mashup, iconographic imagery that you kind of recognize, some abstract imagery. I kind of mix my visuals like using Photoshop. I'll use background layers, mid layers and foreground layers, so detailed icons on the front and abstract on the back, and then also try and sort of get the backgrounds in time with the beats and be able to trigger like visual metaphors on top.
I'm Nina, Silhoette. Did visuals at Opulent Temple last night on Monday. The crowd was awesome and the setup was fantastic and I had so much fun. I'm a designer in my daytime life, so I'm like attracted and interested in visuals very much. When I moved to San Francisco, and one of the priorities was to be in a city with a great electronic music community, and I didn't want to just be a consumer. I wanted to create and produce and be part of the community and give and do something, and also have a way to explore huge physical environments and the way that people interact with space, color, and light in an artistic way versus a conventional way. I'm a designer in my daytime life, so it's all photographs and like vector images that I've produced. So I like to have a lot more control, and I like to have produced all the content, so at least I know it's all mine. And I like to have a mix between pretty mathematical vector geometric shapes and maths mixed with very, very, very real photographs, and I like to have some tension between that. And I think that's what a lot of electronic music is, like a lot of like softness and humanity mixed with like a very synthetic output. So I try to channel that mix in between.
Aeon Child, visualist, and yeah, out of Boulder, Colorado. A resident VJ at Beta nightclub in Denver, Colorado. As a kid, my parents had these speakers that weren't actually speakers, they were lights. They looked like speakers. The colors would change and they would come on and off, the intensity along with the music. And I remember as a kid that was something I was intrigued by. It wasn't until probably the year 2005 that I met someone that called himself a VJ and was actually VJing, and of course immediately felt like that was what I wanted to do. My style is very geometric. It's very minimal in a way, and in fact I think that compared to most DJs, I go dark a lot. I have a lot of negative space within my work, not negative energetically, but negative in the sense of light and dark. I use a lot of black and white, but then come in with color during drops. Use a lot of different geometric elements, in fact. But I would say more than anything else, it's not storytelling. I think of it more as music visualization in the sense of creating a color or a movement or a shape that corresponds with each element of the sound. it's really trying to, obviously like any artist, visualize what we have in our heads and bring it out, but it's close to the same things that I see in my head when I listen to music, and it's kind of an eternal quest to try to visualize that with the technology we have.
My name is Sarah, my VJ name is Nuid, N-U-I-D. I got into it about 14 months ago, and then I kind of threw myself into it and started doing installation work, so building screens in the shape of logos and doing a lot of projection mapping and that kind of stuff, and fell in love with it. My style is fairly artsy. I use a lot of black and white. It's a lot of like slow images of, you know, like women in bondage mixed with like psychedelic stuff or whatever.
Hey guys, my name is VJ Infinight, based out of Colorado, DJing for about 6 years to kind of accompany my DJ sets. And I've been DJing, and I had a friend who was supposed to do video for me, and I ended up buying a new VJ and had a bunch of analog recycling clips and just threw them on there and started DJing. And slowly but surely started building my own content and animating, and now my production company's got like 5 VJs and 8 full-time animators, and we do a bunch of tours in the default world. What do I like to do with? It's funny, I've been doing so many custom designs for what they want. I like really realism-based content, remixing it live, and kind of creating like its own custom show. I'm so excited about the visual future.
I'm Psyberpixie, and I come from Miami. Since 2003, it's going to be a decade soon, 10 years. My style is kind of hard to describe, but a live show would be the best. I do live DVJ mixes, and I do audio visual sets and also visual sets, and I create content, and I'm just really excited to play and jam and party with all of them.
I started VJing when I discovered VJing at a Reno after party after my first birthday, and then started doing it, you know, in New York, kind of as a hobby. Show up to a club with a projector and say I was a VJ. And then in 2010, I saw the giant video wall that Infinight had built, and went up there, and some scheduled space opened up, and VJ'd for Stripe and Freak Nasty on the tower. And then I was, I don't know, I just got kidnapped by his crew for a while. I was an experimental filmmaker for a while before I became a VJ, so I have a lot of sort of cinematic stuff. And then since I became a VJ, I got into more animation. So I do a wide range of everything from video feedback and analog digital feedback stuff with footage-based material, and then also some 3D animation and stuff with After Effects, Cinema 4D, and you know, whatever else I can figure out.
Brand new 12K projectors on each screen, which is great. You know, they look great. It holds up to all the flames out there. It's finally anchors the whole stage with the visual presence that we've been looking for quite a while, and all really talented people. And this is going to be our best year, hands down, for visuals, so we're really excited.